If you've ever listened to a song or watched a quick clip online and thought, wait, what does that word even mean? Well, then you are in exactly the right place.
Welcome to the deep dive.
Our job is to cut through all that confusion. We take a stack of notes, we do the research, and we give you the clearest path to being fluent in what people are actually talking about right now.
And today, we are deep diving into modern English slang.
Which is so critical because language just moves faster than ever.
It really does. We've synthesized a guide to the most essential informal words, the phrases you hear in daily life, in pop culture, on social media.
Right. These are not the words you're going to find in a textbook.
Exactly. This is the living, breathing language of right now.
So our deep dive today is meant to be a shortcut. Really. Because slang can be tricky. It feels like a secret code sometimes, and one that changes every few months. So if you're learning English or you just want to feel a little more current, this is designed to get you up to speed fast.
Our mission is to give you not just the definitions, but the context. We want you to walk away understanding how and, why these words exist, so you have clear, usable knowledge.
Okay, let's unpack this. Slang is powerful, I think, because it expresses these huge ideas or feelings with just tiny words.
Yes. To start, let's just define it simply. Slang is informal language. It's the language of communities, of friends, of musicians, online groups. It's relaxed, it's fun, and it is incredibly efficient.
That says more with less.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's use our first core term to prove that point about efficiency. If I see something amazing, fun, and exciting, like a great party, I don't want to use boring old words. What's the upgrade?
You just say that's lit.
Lit.
And that's a perfect entry point. The word lit just means exciting or fun or cool. It replaces that whole long description with one short, punchy, energetic word.
See, I think the reason words like lit stick around is because they carry energy.
Yeah.
Exciting is fine, but lit, it feels immediate, like a spark.
It does.
And this kind of language, it's just inescapable now, isn't it?
Absolutely. If you're consuming any kind of modern media, music, social video, TV shows, slang is everywhere. It's the connective tissue of modern conversation.
So understanding it isn't just useful.
Yeah.
It's essential.
It really is. It's how people connect with each other.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Let's dive into 4 core terms that tell us a lot about how we talk about actions and emotions today.
Okay.
We'll start with a classic example of, I guess, modern confidence.
That would be flex. To flex means to show off.
But it's not just showing off, is it? It feels like it implies a sort of deliberate display, almost like flexing a muscle at the gym.
That's exactly it. It implies effort and pride. If someone buys new shoes and is, walking around hoping everyone sees them, you can say he's flexing his new shoes.
Oh, okay.
It's huge on social media where people are sort of presenting this perfect version of their life. They're flexing their vacation, their job, their achievements.
It really speaks to a culture that values making your success visible. Okay, moving on. A word that describes an action born almost entirely from digital communication.
Ghost.
Yes, ghost.
So, ghost is a verb. It means someone suddenly stops all communication with you, no explanation.
You could be texting back and forth, making plans.
That was nothing. They vanish. They have ghosted you.
What's so fascinating is that we needed a word for this specific thing. It wasn't really a huge problem 30 years ago, but now with instant messaging, that silent, abrupt exit is so common it needed its own term. And that raises a good question. Is the word ghost popular because this is seen as rude? Or is it because it's now a socially, well, maybe not accepted, but a common way to end a conversation?
That's a great point. It suggests we prefer non-confrontation now, even if it leaves the other person just hanging. It's a digital vanishing act.
And that's the cultural insight here. Slang often fills in the gaps for emotions or, actions that technology has created.
Let's transition to emotions now. We have salty. Salty. This means upset or angry, but it's specific. It's usually about something small, something a little bit petty.
So you're not salty about something major?
No. You're salty because the coffee line was too long, or because someone took the last slice of pizza.
It's perfect for describing that minor frustration that isn't actually serious. It adds a bit of humor to a small complaint.
It does. It's not real rage. It's more like a temporary, almost childish annoyance. And that ties in so well with our next word, which is another emotional shortcut. Mood. Mood. I love this one.
It's so simple.
It is. If you see or hear something that just perfectly captures how you feel in that exact moment, maybe you're exhausted or bored, you can just reply, mood.
That's it. So if you see a picture of a cat just completely passed out on the floor, And you feel the exact same way. You don't have to type out, wow, I totally relate to that feeling of exhaustion right now.
No, you just say mood.
And that one word, it communicates this immediate empathy, this shared feeling. It's a signal that says, we are the same right now.
It's incredibly efficient. If you think about salty and mood, you can see how slang creates these emotional shortcuts.
Absolutely. And connecting this to the bigger picture, these terms are showing up constantly in media. If you want to
Yeah,
follow pop culture, you have to know a word like savage.
that's right. Let's look at savage. In, traditional English, savage usually means something like wild, uncivilized, maybe even cruel.
Right.
But in slang, it means bold or impressive or just amazing.
Okay, but wait. How does a word that means wild and uncivilized flip completely to mean amazing? Doesn't that risk some confusion?
It can, but that's just how language evolves. Slang often takes a word with a lot of intensity like savage, and it reappropriates that intensity to mean something impressive.
Okay, so an example.
If someone delivers a perfect, sharp comeback in an argument,
Yeah.
it's called savage because it was fearless. It cut right through the noise. The focus is on the sheer impressive impact of it.
So the intensity is still there, but the meaning has shifted from negative to like a positive, fearless effectiveness. That's a really useful insight.
And then we have Loki. This word is almost the opposite of flex or savage.
Low-key means secretly, or a little bit, or not obvious. It's used to make what you're saying feel more casual, understated.
Exactly. If you say, I'm low-key hungry, you're just gently saying you're a little hungry. You don't want to make a big deal out of it. It softens the whole statement.
Understanding those little nuances, like the shift in savage or the softening of Loki, that really helps you decode the context of what you're watching or listening to. You get the cultural vibe, which raises an important question. Now that you know the meanings and the context, how do you actually integrate this? How do you use this knowledge? So what does this all mean for you, the learner? We compiled some practical, actionable advice that's all about building that rapid contextual fluency. It's more than just saying, practice.
The first piece of advice is just total immersion. You have to treat this like field work. Listen to songs, watch shows, find YouTube videos that use modern English.
But don't just listen passively.
Right. Give yourself some time each week to focus only on the language being used.
Create your own personal living dictionary. When you hear a new slang word, write it down. But don't just write the definition.
Write down the sentence you heard it in. That context is everything. That's what teaches you how the word is actually applied. That is so crucial. And third, the confidence builder. Try to use just one new slang word each day in a real conversation. Start small. If you find something funny, try saying, that's lit. If you're a little annoyed, maybe say you're a little salty. That practice makes it stick.
Okay, so this brings us to the crucial caution. We've said slang is the language of connection, but you have to know where not to use it.
This isn't just about rules. It's about mastering something we call register switching, knowing how to instantly adjust your language for the situation.
In simple terms, slang is always informal. Use these fantastic new words lit, salty, mood-in casual settings. With friends, when you're texting, that's their home.
But when the situation is formal, if you're writing a university paper, a work email, giving a presentation, you have to switch your register back to standard English.
Knowing when not to use a word is really the sign of a truly fluent communicator.
Mastering that switch, moving from that relaxed language with friends to the precise language of a professional setting, that's the real skill. It shows you respect your audience and the situation.
So today, we took these essential terms, lit, flex, ghost, salty, mood, savage, and Loki, and we broke down not just their meanings, but the whole cultural and emotional landscape that created them.
You now have a foundational set of vocabulary for really understanding and participating in current spoken English.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over.
It's based on how quickly language changes. If we need new words to express feelings like mood or actions like ghost, what small, specific human feeling or action do you think is currently missing a word?
And what do you think that new slang term will be next year?
That's a great question to think about.
It is. While you're listening to your next playlist, keep practicing a little bit every day. Build your confidence in switching registers. You'll be ready for whatever new terms pop up. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
We hope you feel well-informed and ready to jump into the conversation.